All right, we're going live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the JD Photo Podcast. I am just testing out this mic. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone. We are back on the JD Photo Podcast. Today is going to be an incredible episode. I have one of my favorite photographers, Tyler Brown. Tyler Brown is he's a veteran in the industry. This guy is seriously good at what he does. It's definitely inspired me a lot in how he composes, more so maybe poses his images in a very authentic way, but also guided. Definitely an editorial kind of style. So I think Tyler's work's definitely characterized by a sense of drama in his use of lighting. He's definitely conveying a lot of emotion, and he's always trying to make images that feel impactful. I think that's the key word there, is the feeling of his images, and that definitely comes through in a lot of what he does, and definitely why I'm a big fan of what you do, Tyler. So I would like to introduce Tyler, and really briefly, we got 2 viewers in at the moment. So what's up, guys? Let me know who's in, where you're from, what time it is over there, and gonna let Tyler introduce himself while I check these comments out. Go ahead, Tyler.
What's going on, man? As I mentioned before, thank you for the opportunity. To be here. I really appreciate it.
My absolute pleasure, mate.
Means a lot to me, man. So yeah,
and we've had a really good time so far. We've been hanging out for the last hour and a half. It's almost 11 o'clock. So,
Jesus.
What's your next commitment, by the way, before we dive in?
Bed. So yeah,
What's up?
I'm good.
What's up, SK Studio? How are you, mate? Where you from, buddy? Let us know if you have any questions. Check out Tyler's Instagram if you have a second. This guy's wicked. Like his work's fucking good. Let me just shuffle over this way a bit so I'm in the center. Just pull that right up to you, man. So like you won't be swallowing it. So
I'm
it sounds.
Headbutt this thing for sure.
Bit closer. There we go. Okay, there you go. That sounds good.
How we going? Good?
Yeah, it sounds good, man.
Nice.
All right, now I might have to do some scrolling because Instagram's glitched out on me. So Tyler, how do you get into photography? When did you first pick up a camera, man?
Good question. I suppose my interest was spiked in my teens. I was obsessed with surfing, or bodyboarding in particular, not to be confused with bodybuilding. Bodyboarding, it's the surfing where you lie down.
where you ride the wave flat.
Yeah. Escalade. On the boog. But yeah, I was absolutely obsessed with it. It completely, took over all my attention and thoughts and everything. So it was through surfing. There was a lot of print magazines, and there was some filmmakers and photographers based here in WA that were doing some really, really cool stuff. And I think it was the surfing mags. There was a couple of like monthly. I think there was Riptide and Australian Bodyboarder that would come out monthly, and that's all we'd be looking forward to. All the latest shoots and surfs and everything that had been happening and the stories that we'd heard would be in print, and they'll be there. So, and I think it was the detail in the images shot on slide film and on film then in these incredible environments that it was really stimulating for me, and I just found it really fascinating.
So it was almost like the surf led you into the love for photography. That's a bit of a spiritual journey, man.
It kind of led me into it, but it led me away from it first. So That's probably where my interest sort of got spiked. I mean, I remember being a kid and going to people's houses and noticing their artwork on the wall and feeling something from them, and feeling like they were photographs, and I was just like, there's something special about that, which is a bit of an obscure thing for like a young child, I suppose, to
what do you think makes a photo special? What's so special about a photograph from an artistic point of view?
Let's circle back to that one.
Cool, man. I'll note it
down. We'll get back to that because
sure, man.
I think there's probably a few ingredients that we'll go through first that will probably make sense later on.
Sure.
But yeah, so it was, the surfing magazines, like noticing sort of pictures is where it sort of began. In what was it, year 8, year 9, when sports ed choices came up, there was a choice between doing photography and multimedia or doing outdoor ed, which is surfing. So at that time, I'd actually started competing and I'd started winning events, and so surfing was really popping off for me at the time. And so I made the decision to go down the surfing path. So yeah, that was where the interest, and I started to notice I was like keen on photography, but surfing was on at that time. So I focused on that. I went on to be state champion for 3 years in a row. Went to the nationals, competed on the Australian tour for a bit. So like that was an incredible journey within itself. But yeah, I suppose the fear and the anxiety like it was too overwhelming for me. So I couldn't really take it next level. And on top of that, there wasn't really a secure career pathway to continue down that way without completely risking your life, which these incredible guys did locally. So yeah, it wasn't.
Where were you based?
So in Duncraig. So I was here.
Oh right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, surfing down at Waterman's, down at Trig, like Trig Point.
Waterman's isn't around anymore.
I know. It's all changing now.
Yeah. Horrible.
But yeah, I'd spent every morning and every afternoon down the beach, and doing every contest I possibly could. And then I sort of eventually ended up trying to turn that into a job through other ways, through judging the contest directing, judging, and then managing the state team, and then surf instructing as well. And unfortunately, like I ended up turning something I was very passionate about into a job, and I ended up working on the hobby and actually stopped surfing altogether, and I lost the passion for it. And it's a very important lesson that I had to learn, and it's important it will make sense with the story that we'll get to down the track.
Sure.
So that was where the interest was there, but I didn't touch it. It wasn't until my wife at the time, Tess, we went on holiday over to New Zealand, and she bought a camera. So she bought this Canon 1000D, this kit lens off the shelf. We went to New Zealand, amazing, beautiful place.
What an amazing backdrop for photos, eh?
And I just grabbed this camera and pointed at a mountain, and I was like, this is sick. This is amazing.
How long ago was that?
God. I'm not very good at like counting backwards or forwards.
I just have a rough range.
But yeah, it was probably like probably 15 years ago now, potentially. I think. Yeah. So, I think it was like 22, 23 or something like that.
Yeah, cool.
So that was the first time I started like actually shooting.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of it, I suppose. And then I started getting obsessed with this technology and this camera and the feeling and taking a photo and trying to work it all out. And then the more I started looking into it, then the worse I started getting at it.
Dawn Photography says New Zealand is so stunning. We all agree.
How beautiful is it?
Oh, it's incredible. I've been 5 times.
Yeah. North, south?
All over, mate. All over.
Yeah.
I've been pretty much every spot in New Zealand. I've done a bit of photography there as well. Not too much. I mean, when I go to New Zealand, I'm just embracing that beauty, man. It's insane. It's another planet.
Stunning.
I think the Milford Sound's probably one of the nicest places I've ever been to.
Yeah.
On par with a lot of Switzerland.
I haven't scored Milford Sound. Like we've gone through there a bunch of times. It's been overcast. Can't see anything.
Damn.
It's like bad timing. But it's insane.
It's pretty incredible. That's a bit of a shame. I'm sure you've seen a lot more in New Zealand though. That was equally as great.
Truly.
So what was that feeling like when you first took that first photo, man?
It was very stimulating. It was insane. I went on to photograph something at my auntie and uncle's place. They have this beautiful place on the beach at Mount Maunganui in Tauranga, and it's just their front yard is a grassy sand dune. Then it's the beach, and there's this one lone chair, this like weathered chair that's there with grey sky, and like I was sensing this thing, I was feeling it, and I was like, I want to try and shoot this, and I shot it, and then I waited a bit, and some birds came through, and I managed to try to shoot this, and I was like, I didn't quite understand what was special about it at the time, but it was kind of like an emo album cover kind of thing. And I was like, oh man, this feels really special. So yeah, that's when I think things started to progress from there, I guess, like my interest for it and I suppose pursuit of it. Now, yeah, it wasn't at that point, there was no desire or intention to, I'm going to make this my job at all. Like, and I was like, feels amazing and it's something I want to do, like play with and explore. So
you started off with that passion.
Yeah,
you really fell in love with photography. Same thing happened to me, man. That's how I got into it. And I think that's how you become a good photographer, right? You need to have that foundation in passion, right? And you need to live and breathe it. You need to become obsessed with it, right? And
well, yeah, it's like anything in life, really. It has to feel important to you and it has to be something really desirable. Because yeah, I mean, you can look at any opportunity out there to make money or to gain status or be what is perceived as successful. And then you can feel the need to like make all that work and you can try and make it work. But at the end of the day, like if the love for it is not there, it's not going to be sustainable.
I think that's a really good point. I think you really need to start with the with the love if you're going to be a business owner. Personally, I mean, yes, you can run a business if you know, let's say you might do e-commerce or something like that. There might not be a whole lot of passion. It might be more about the money. But I think if you're going to do a service-based business where you're a forward-facing person, you need to be on the ball all the time, right? You need to be well put together. You need to be happy, and you're not going to do that if you're not passionate about what you're doing. So you know,
yeah, like. I mean, you can be in commerce, you can be an accountant, and you can still have that love for the sheets, bro. You know, like it's finding the love in what you're doing, and yeah, if you can tap into that source of love and passion for it, then you can make it a reality. Like you'll figure out a way to be able to make it work. Rather than a pursuit of trying to fill a space or like just trying to guess or trying to make something work if your heart's not really in it. And I suppose maybe that's relevant to the authenticity side of it. If your heart is not in it, like people can tell.
Yes.
So it's telling. If you're doing it for the wrong intentions, it's telling.
Especially as a wedding photographer, though, specifically, right?
Particularly because what we're doing, it's a form of expression, expression.
Self-expression.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see your work like that?
Truly, and that is like a lot of it from the very beginning of the journey, like this inherent obsessive curiosity to understand, like, why are we here? What is life about? What is my purpose? Like, why do I love the things I love? Like, what is it that makes them special? What I've come to understand is that, like, surfing, for example, was a form of self-expression. It was a way that I could show people that I'm trying and that I care and that I give a shit. And I want to be the best that I can be, not be better than anyone else. It's the best that I can be.
And
that was a very good platform for me to be able to do that. With photography, it's the same thing. It is like, I can't sing. Please don't ask me to do it. But what I can do is I can communicate. Photography's given me a form of communication where I don't have to use my words and it can convey how I'm feeling. It can convey how much I care about something. Yeah. It is a form of self-expression to let the world know that I'm trying and that I give a shit and that I love this thing and the people are the most important part about it. That's what is important for me, and it doesn't need to be that important for everyone else. It doesn't need to mean that much to everyone else, but it means that much to me. And to be given the opportunity to be able to develop a career as a result of this passion, this love, and this intention is an incredible opportunity, and something I'm so goddamn grateful for. But yeah, it's an opportunity for me to be able to release and to be able to let stuff out. And
so it's your way of communicating your life experiences through your work, but in a way you're sharing that with your couples that you're working with. So it's a very personal experience for you.
Truly. Yeah, and I'm not saying that to sound cute or,
you can tell you really mean it.
What it and to really, I suppose, distinguish what I mean about like where I'm coming from with like the release and how I'm feeling. It's not so much about conveying my personal state of being. Like that would be self-indulgent of me. What it is giving me an opportunity to be able to convey how much I care about other people's story and how much I care about making an accurate record of one of the pinnacle moments of their life, of their family's contributions and efforts to be able to create amazing humans that are able to come together in a healthy, loving way and expand. So it gives me the opportunity to be able to help convey how much I care and respect and notice those things, and to be able to document that as an accurate record for their families to be able to hang on to, for them to be able to reflect and be able to look back at themselves and see the excellent people that they are. And yeah, the right that they have to have a record and say, hey, I was here. I was here, and there was a lot of love. So that is the vessel that I'm using to be able to help convey and release those things. So yeah, just to make it clear, it's not about me releasing my emotional state or being. It is about releasing.
You're giving someone the ultimate gift. You know, you really are.
It is just an absolute privilege to be able to do that, and I want to make sure I take care of it and do a bloody good job.
Good job. But that's the thing with photography, right? It's such a privilege that we're able to have this, you know, to have images and have memories to look back on and to re-experience it. I know a lot of photos I've taken of my grandfather who has now passed. It was a very large inspiration for me. An entrepreneur as well, and paved a lot of the pathways that I want to follow, you know, so it's like a role model. And those photos I have of him are everything, you know, and like,
that's beautiful.
Yeah. But you're doing that as a job, but you're not just doing it, but you're doing it with the foundation of passion and care and curiosity as well. You're like always curious about the people you're working with and their story and how you can accurately represent that. And that's really powerful, because that's when I think you begin to transition from just a service provider to an artist. And I think that's kind of where you're positioning yourself, right? Is you're more of an artist.
Yeah. Matt, yeah, that's a really good observation. Yeah, and it's taken me a bit to be able to be more comfortable with the term artist. I suppose the most important thing to me is that it is about them. Like, it is not about me, and to not, it's just making sure that it is about them. The intention has to be very clear, and it's really important that my heart has to be in the right place to do a good job of it. Because if it's not in the right place, like, it doesn't work. Like, it's not going to work, and it's going to let people down. So the challenge is to make sure that those intentions are right and I'm doing it for the right reasons, and that it is always about them and not about me. And like that, it's just super important for me to be able to make sure I get that right.
That's really great. I really like that. I love your perspective, Tyler. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to see and to hear this and to see people out there doing this with their work. What do you define an artist, and why do you have a bit of what's the hang up there with the
So, oh man, I mean, this is the thing. Like, I suppose, yeah. What does art mean to me? Art means it is art to me is about exploring your imagination and exploring an imagination and exploring ideas that haven't actually been thought of yet. And it is, I suppose that is the catalyst for creativity. And I suppose the artistry is, does this thing make you feel something? Regardless of like what it makes you feel or how it makes you feel, like it is something that's been created and it makes you feel something. It's a signal.
Did you go to art school?
No.
Where do you get this from?
Lots of overthinking.
Okay. I think you've nailed it on the head. I think what makes a true art piece is the way viewers relate with it, and it's the way viewers can interpret it and get a sense of meaning from it, right?
That's perfect. Because that's where it can get really interesting. Mm-hmm. You can go from, like, you look at the Banksy stuff, like...
Yeah, I've seen Banksy.
Like, one of the most expensive art pieces was a banana that was stuck to a wall with some duct tape.
That's right.
And initially, people were outraged, just like, what is this? But it made people think more and more. And I was like, oh, my God. Surprise, I felt something about this banana on the wall. Yeah. That is the impact of art.
Yes.
What makes it really interesting is the ripple effect. Like, there's the initial impact of the art, and then the ripple effect of the curiosity of like what's happening here, and how did they do that, and why did they do that, and what is the story they're trying to convey. And I'm like, I love searching for Easter eggs and like little hidden things.
The meaning behind the work.
Fully. Yeah. Like, it's very stimulating. It's like it's a really interesting signal for me.
How do you convert that sense of creating work that's meaningful and impactful and emotionally fueled, and bring that into something like weddings, which is generally a service-based industry where you are providing a service? And I think the way you're approaching it, which is very person-centered, it's always about the client. It's always about making sure the client is getting what they're after represented accurately. Do you see? So I guess my question is, how in that space people might feel quite constricted because they're going, maybe I always need to shoot in a certain way that's very generic, for instance.
Truly, yeah. It's that's a really, really good question. So I suppose start from the beginning. At a bare minimum, at the absolute minimum, you must deliver a quality service. You must be able to follow through with what you're promising these people and they're trusting you with. And it needs to be a valuable experience to them. So at an absolute minimum, it is being reliable. It's developing trust. It is over-delivering what was promised. From there, like making that the base and looking at wedding photography, I suppose in a technical sense, there's a bunch of really key important moments that you've only got one chance to be able to get it. So you've got to make sure that you're organised, you've got the most reliable equipment, you're prepared for it, you're anticipating that moment, and you make sure that you get it done precisely. So making that the foundation of everything that you start with. And there's a level of safe shots that are required to make sure that it's covered and it's in the bag. The opportunity is to work even harder and to almost double the amount of effort, because if you cover those important essential aspects of it, then you can actually give yourself permission to be able to step outside your comfort zone, to be creative, to try be a bit more experimental. But you need to be very careful to not hijack someone's day and turn it into your photography or art project.
Yep.
Because that would be very self-indulgent.
Yes.
And disrespectful.
Yes.
So I think the key is by working extra hard and covering and taking care of your responsibilities, you can then give yourself permission to very cautiously test out some ideas and see what else you're capable of, without pushing yourself harder to that point. You might not get the opportunity to be able to find out what you're capable of. You might not even get the chance to explore your imagination or touch on ideas that haven't been thought of yet. So it requires a lot of discipline and a lot of effort, and a lot of respect and thoughtfulness and mindfulness to be able to do that, and to not take advantage of the major opportunity that is in front of you at the time, and turning it into your own self-indulgent art project.
I really like that. I really like that approach. Yeah.
And to help that as well, it requires communication of, which is a part of developing the trust, communication with the couples to let them know, hey, we've got that in the bag. Like, are you up for testing out this idea? And sometimes they're not. And sometimes, like, you have a great idea and it is just not an appropriate setting to be able to try that. And you have to be patient and wait for the right time. So
that's correct.
It's just being very mindful, being very thoughtful and caring about these people, making sure it's about them first. And then the opportunity is like to be able to do something extra special for these people.
Which is your unique twist.
Well, I suppose it's like I'm not the first to do it, and I'm not the world's most original or anything like that. That's just I suppose the thought process behind being able to explore some creative things,
yes,
in a safe and responsible way,
yes,
and like I've been able to tap into things that I'm like, oh my God, I love that, and then I work out how to make it work in the weddings, so that then becomes the new service, right? So then it goes away from moves from the static traditional sense into something that I know works and is received well. And then I, keep moving into the next thing. And that's how I'm sort of able to expand and grow in that sense.
Mm-hmm. That's really interesting. You said a lot there, Tyler. You said a lot there. That's all right. That's all right. I'm trying to.
Does it make sense?
It does, man. It does. It does. It does. You have a really good mindset. And I don't say that lightly. Like you have a really good mindset when it comes to how you approach your work. Where you do have that, I guess self-reflection where you're saying, I am here for the client at the end of the day. I'm not going to impose any of my own ambitions or any of my own, what's another word for ambitions?
Desires.
Yeah.
Like
I know what you're saying, but
yeah.
You're not there for yourself. You're there for the client, and you need to make sure you're giving the client. But the thing that I'm going to ask you is that the clients hired you, and they love your work. So then, in a way, your responsibility is to give the client, yourself, your work, and your unique approach to the work you do. And your work's highly unique. It's very, very unique, and it stands out.
Thanks, man.
No, I'm sure, maybe not because you're an artist, let's say, or a photographer, and we're all very self-critical, and it's hard to look at our own work and to go, it's good, but your work's very good. Like, you can see how you've refined it over several years, and not only the post-production, but also the the use of lighting, the use of angles, and the approach to posing as well. It's very you. You know, no one else is doing that. I don't think anyone else could reproduce it. I don't think you could teach someone to reproduce it. You know, it's something that you've slowly built over, you know, your career of doing photography since first picking up the camera. And obviously all of the life experiences you've had has influenced, you know, this work you're making. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because it's been it's been a question I've been trying to work out for quite a while, which is like, why? Why? What is it about my work? Like, what is it that people have been very generously booking me for?
Yeah.
And it's not because like I doubt that the work is good, which is a bit icky for me to say, but
you doubt?
It's not because I doubt or I'm putting the work down.
Yeah.
But what I'm starting to understand now, and through the support and the quiet work that my girlfriend Tani's actually done for me, that she's helped reveal to me that it's actually the work is one part of it. It's actually the passion and the love for the work
That's
that
right.
is a part of the appeal.
Yes.
So
do you communicate the passion to your couples when they inquire to you, or is it more? Are you more saying your passion for photography comes through in the way your work looks?
How does it look? It is. So a big thing for me is is that I've always just wanted the work to do the talking.
Yes.
So and probably in this day and age, it probably needs some reframing, because it's probably to my detriment. Like, I put all the effort and the work into the work, and I don't want to talk about it and point out what's going into it or anything like that. I just want to let the work do the talking, because that lets me know that everything I'm doing is powerful enough that the work will take care of itself. It's like, if the play is good, the score will take care of itself.
Yes.
I do need to evolve, and I do need to grow there and be more confident in I don't know if self-promotion is the right word, but I need to be more confident and stand on my work and be like, I love it, and it's coming from a good place, and it's important to me. And because if I believe that, people will believe that in my work, and they'll feel something in it, and they are my dream couples. Like, they're the ones I want to work with. Like, I want people to
value your work,
love it, or absolutely hate it. Like, both of them I respect, and I actually really appreciate that.
That's good. It's good to identify that clientele, right? And to find the people who resonate with your work.
That's it,
Yeah, and that's really important, particularly in the wedding industry. I think the wedding industry, this approach is the best approach to take to having a sustainable career, but also a rewarding career. I think
it's more important now than ever before. Like, probably for me, like I've got to be careful not to speak broadly for everyone. Yeah. If we look into the future, it's a crystal ball. It's unpredictable. We can try to guess, and a lot of us, that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to guess at the moment, and trying to guess what direction to go, what to do. We're trying to guess who our dream clients are. We're trying to guess what the next trend is going to be. We're trying to guess what to do on social media to be able to get the algorithm's attention and get traction. We're trying to guess.
I look at it like a puzzle. So you try a few pieces out, some fit, some don't, and you're slowly building at this picture, and you never know what it's going to look like.
And that's what I'm really impressed with what you're doing, is because your willingness to test out these ideas and try stuff. Like, it's one of my favorite things I love to see. I love seeing people try. And guess what happens when you try? You find out. You find out either it doesn't work, or you find out that it does, and you can progress to the next level.
That's correct.
But yeah, there's a lot of guesswork, and it can actually be very distracting. It can really take you away from and make you lose sight very easily of like what you're actually trying to do. So like it's been a journey of self-discovery, and where I'm heading back to now is getting back to the point and getting back to the purpose of why I'm doing this, and honing in on the parts that I really love about it and what is important to me, and just focusing on that, because that, to me, that is setting up a good play, which means that the score will take care of itself. So because the work will be sincere and genuine and from the right place, and someone will connect with that, and that'll be important to them, and they will feel they want to use that vessel to be able to help communicate their record. So what that allows me to do is to be able to trust and soothe the worry and the anxiety of trying to predict the future and trying to guess, because if I focus on what works for me, then everything else will work itself out, and I can manage and cope with the unexpected changes and surprises that come along the way.
Yeah, I really like that. The future is outside of your control, right? You can't control the future.
I tried. Turns out you can't read the future, you can't predict it, and you can't control it.
You can't predict it, you have no idea what tomorrow's going to bring. And if you continually worry about things that are outside of your control, you're never going to be able to actually put the effort into what actually matters. And
you've only got so much to give. You've only got one tank of fuel, and if you empty the tank worrying about all this stuff that's unpredictable and that you can't control, there's not much left in the tank for the love to come in. So it's very important to be able to really consider where you're using that fuel, and if you're wasting it in unhealthy and unnecessary ways, because it's going to take away the energy and the motivation and the drive to be able to do the thing that you actually love doing. So yeah.
So you start and you finish at a place of love. It always comes back to that love for the craft, love for the creativity, love for what you do. So given that you take this approach, it's clear why your work's so unique. It's because you do it from a place where it's very self-reflective and it's very introspective as well. You're thinking a lot. You're adapting to new ways of working, and you're always thinking about, I guess, how to construct images. It's kind of what it seems like it's coming down to a lot of the time for you. You're very much thinking about how an image makes you feel a lot of the time, and that's your love for photography. I think is you love how images make you feel.
Yeah,
right?
that's perfect. That's an awesome way to
Great.
Awesome observation.
Great. So then I guess my question is then, like, when you are producing a wedding gallery and you're delivering this to the client, like, what are you doing? What's going through your head when you're on the job? Like, let's unpack that a little bit, like, because the way you use lighting, like, and it's you just have that. It has that feeling, it's a different feeling to what most other people do. But that's what makes photographers successful, right? It's having that differentiation, and you've clearly defined that differentiation very well. And because you see a photo, you go, that's Tyler Brown. That's awesome. The image. That's where it's from. And it comes down to the images they're not the same. They're different one to another, but it's something is still uniting them. You know, does that make sense?
Like, thank you. Like, it's very complimentary because it's a very intentional thing.
It looks intentional. Like
everything I'm doing is very specific and intentional. And I suppose, what is it? Like, if I'm talking about right now, I suppose with the experience that I've had to be able to get to this point, right now it is very instinctual and intuitive, and I suppose to a part of the experience, and that's what it is. That's what might separate it a little bit more from a service is the way that I'm trying to take care of people on the day. And
what do you mean by care? What do you mean there?
I suppose this is where I'm like, this is a part of like personalizing the experience. And I suppose, what I'm doing is I'm drawing from my own personal insecurities, my own personal fears, my own personal overthinking. It's a bit of a heightened sensitivity and heightened awareness, which is not perfect because sometimes I miss the most obvious things. But when I'm entering a space, it is instinctual, intuitive, and it relies a lot on anticipation of what's about to occur. And I'm trying to position myself so that I can allow the experience to happen in a very organic and natural way, so it doesn't feel like you're on a photo shoot on your wedding day. It's about creating an environment where these two people, they're best mates, they love the shit out of each other, and they're about to have the biggest party they've ever had. And I want them to have the sickest time, and I want to cheer and scream from the sidelines and make sure that it is going to plan for them, and making sure that I've got their back no matter what is happening on the day. And there's a few barriers you need to get past before you can even do that. And through the anticipation, like, it requires a bit of mind reading, essentially. Like, you're walking into a room and you're trying to read the room, and I'm trying to pick up the energy and the signal of what the vibe is, what the personalities are, who's who, how's everyone feeling right there and then. And then I'm working on some prompts and some ideas to be able to like break the trance, is what I call it. Most of the time we're kind of like in this autopilot of trying to be on our best behavior and present ourselves in the best possible way that we can. And on a wedding day, it can be a bit of a performance in that sense. And so what happens is, like, people getting into this autopilot and they're not actually being themselves because they're trying to, be on their best behavior, I guess.
There was a philosopher called I forgot his name. And he said something along the lines of when the camera is pointed in your direction, forget the quote. I'm gonna remember. Keep going.
Good try, man. It's hard. When it's like right on the tip of your tongue. You're like, I know it. Shit,
I know it. I know it. It's gonna go.
I suppose, So it requires a bit of mind reading and reading the room, and then to break the trance, because what happens is, like, people, they get a bit stiff and they're not really being themselves, and so the challenge is to try to break the trance and bring them into the present moment and make them realize they're like, hey, we're having a party. You guys are going to have a sick time. Because what happens is, it's like the pressure turns on. It's already a big day. A lot of money has gone into it, a lot of expectation, a lot of people are involved. And then it's like, all right, showtime. And so people are nervous and they're stressed. And then the vendors start rocking up and your your wedding photographer's here. Great. Like, by the way, we hate photos. We don't want to be photographed.
Most people hate photos.
Right. They're just like, but they're very important to us and we're going to pay you a fortune to be able to do it. But you're not allowed to do it. So the opportunity is to be able to come in and
Here you go. Yeah, I got it for you.
You go.
Yeah. So the experience of being in front of the camera has a complex interaction involving multiple selves. So this philosopher believed that when posing for a photo, one is simultaneously the person they think they are, the person they want others to think they are, and the person the photographer perceives them to be.
Right?
Yeah. This is what you're saying.
Take one step back. What is that? It's overthinking.
There you go.
Right? So all of a sudden there's this like unnecessary stress and these feelings and worry and anxiety, and like the society that we're in is very we're just constantly looking for the thing that's wrong about ourselves, or we're looking for the flaws and the imperfections, and so it's very like microscopic of oh God, how's this going to look?
So you come into this wedding day trying to break that down and trying to make people just be themselves.
Immediately, it's the very first thing that I do, and like I love like kind of screwing with people in this sense. It's as simple as cliche as icebreaker, right? But what is a groom thinking about when his wedding photographer rocks up? That is future wife is booked and taken care of and got it all sorted. What's he thinking? He's like, hasn't thought much about photography or wedding photography. And here's this guy walking in, paid him a fortune. He's like, oh, he's going to make me do something cringe. He's going to make me do like a jumping shot. He's going to make me do a hand love heart. Like, he's going to ask me to like make out with my fiance. Like, because like, that's what I'll be thinking. That's what I'll be like, what is this going to be like? So I walk in there and say hello and greet everyone and have a bit of a look around. And then I'm like, all right, boys, like, let's get into it. So everyone comes in, come in, bring it in. I was like, all right, guys, now I just want everyone like bring your hands up like this for me. And I just make them do the thing that they're most afraid of immediately. And I just like let them hang for a bit, and you can just see the look on their face, and they're looking at the boys and they're like, oh shit, like what are we doing? And I just start laughing at them. I was like, do not do that. If you do that today, I'm leaving and I'm not giving you a refund. I'm out of here. Don't do that cheesy shit. I'm just stirring you up. Like, let's just have some fun.
Yeah.
I was like, I know you're probably worried about like how it's going to look because you can't see it.
Yep.
I just need, just relax. Just be yourself. Be as silly as you want. Be as like wild as you want. Be as quiet as you need to be. Just know that I've got your back. I'm not going to give you shit photos of you where you're not looking good. Mm-hmm. So just relax. Let's go have some fun. And immediately, like the trance is broken. Everyone's like loses it and starts cracking up, and they're just like, "Oh my God, I thought this was going to be a nightmare." So it's just like breaking those walls down immediately.
That's a really, really interesting approach, man. That's great. Yeah, haven't heard anyone quite describe it that way. So that's a really interesting thing that you're doing.
It's having fun and like loving doing this thing. And like it's a lot of pressure, like wild amount of pressure.
So what happens when you come over to the portrait sessions with the couple, with the bride and groom, which is where a lot of your signature work comes from?
Yeah, the location shoot and portrait shoot would have to be, I suppose like that's probably my like little bit of special time there where it gives me a chance to firstly do an incredible job. By the time I'm getting to that part of the day with these people that I've only just met that morning, what I've been trying to do is be able to get closer and closer and closer to them. Because remember, at the beginning of the day, they're like, we hate photos, don't photograph us. Stay away from us. So it's been a journey of developing trust and getting them to feel comfortable having me around and not feeling distracted that like, oh, we need to do this shot, we need to do this shot. It's like, give them the space to be able to just let things occur as they need to occur, make sure I'm anticipating, positioning myself to shoot it in an interesting way without disrupting and being distracting or anything like that. And then by the time that they're getting to the location shoot and I've already pre-planned where we're going to go, what the light's going to be doing and like the opportunities there, making sure that I'm covering the really important shot, which is just a really nice, beautiful portrait of them looking into the camera, nice and relaxed, and just their relaxed smile. Anyone can say, okay, give me a smile, and they do this like, the iPad smile. But by this point, we're then enjoying the environment and then enjoying the company, enjoying the energy. And I just briefly asked, I was like, okay, guys, just give me a couple of eyes over this way. And then we move past it. So it's not, okay, guys, look at me doing this, lighting, motion, location, bang, bang, bang. It's like, it is guiding them to this point where it's like, brief stop, okay, look into the camera, thank you, awesome, beautiful. And then moving into the next thing. So it's not being stuck and rigid, doing one thing for too long. It's keeping the flow and the momentum going. And once I've got that really important shot, it is just gently getting closer and closer and closer to the point where I'm able to access what I would call their essence and the thing that actually makes them special and the thing that is magnetic to their partner, that is magnetic to their family and their friends, and magnetic to the thing that everyone there at that wedding is drawn to about this person, why they love this person. It is the essence and the energy about them that I'm trying really hard to work towards to gain access to and to be able to capture that and to be able to dramatize that and actually capture the essence. It is
capture the true emotion between them while also evoking a sense of feeling through your unique interpretation of the scene.
Yeah, yes. And it's what I've discovered to be able to do that is to be able to blur the lines between a photograph and a graphic and to blur the lines between that. It's actually in between where the essence and the feeling is. So like some of those images, the essence, like technically speaking, you look at it and it's out of focus. It's blurry. It's the composition is not technically right, but it is actually besides the point because it is actually capturing the energy and the essence there, and it requires a lot of work to be able to be granted and gifted access to be able to get that close, to be able to do that, and then be able to step out of it without intruding and being too close and overstepping the mark. So it's a very gentle, delicate kind of thing to be able to work towards.
So really you're capturing the true emotion between two people. That's what you're doing. That's what you're slowly working towards across a wedding day. You're not even really thinking about your technical skills and your use of lighting. It's how do I get the true sense of these people through?
Absolutely. It's
wow.
It's like
that's really cool.
Rather than looking at the camera as like a technical piece of equipment, like it is a tool to be able to access that thing. So making sure that you've got the technical stuff in the bag and you've got it down packed.
It needs to be second nature to you, so then you can do this approach that you're doing, yeah?
That's right, yeah. So yeah, and then and it's actually, I suppose, knowing it so well, it's actually I don't want to swear. I'm trying not to swear.
Swear. Don't do it. Do it. Say fuck.
Well, essentially, it's actually fucking with the technical side.
Yeah.
Because there's something magic there and unpredictable, and like it's like there's just something special about that that's special to me. And the way that I describe it is that anyone can like I can ask someone to look into a camera and give me a smile and give that picture to their partner, and they're like, "Yep, that's them." What I love noticing, and it's like spend my time with my girlfriend. Like we're not sitting there staring at each other in the face, like, but I'm feeling her next to me and I'm feeling her presence. And it's actually like the things that I recognize is actually this presence here that I'm not really directly looking at. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to capture there. And the in-between moments are really good vessels, I suppose, to be able to get a glimpse at it. And that's what makes it so special is that like...
What's up, P? What's up, Callan? How you guys going? We got Prims as well in here. So Tyler Brown is a veteran in wedding photography. This guy's approach to his work's pretty incredible. Just how you structuring the day and working with the people that you photograph. It's pretty incredible. It's Thanks, like man. and my biggest surprise is you haven't even studied an art degree or anything. you just coming out, where have you learned this? The stuff you're saying to me is what I spent 3 years at university learning as an art practitioner.
Yeah. And hats off to you. Academic world, wasn't for me. So like I just really admire like people that are able to do that.
There's pros and cons to the university structure, and love back to you, Callan. But I think the best way to get good at something probably isn't university. This is a pretty good example of it here. Is like Tyler's become an expert wedding photographer, which you are. You're at the other top of the game. You're an expert. You're a veteran. And you've developed your own practice. I think what has made you successful is that you haven't necessarily worried about what the person next to you is doing, and you haven't become obsessed with that. You've become obsessed with your own work. Maybe you got inspiration from other people, but it's always been about yourself and your own work. And from talking to you, I think that's what I'm gathering. It's you're thinking, who am I as a person? Who are my couples? And you're very much thinking about the here and now and the room and how we're going to build to inevitably capturing the essence, which is this true representation of reality, more or less. It's kind of what you're doing. That's incredible, man. But seriously, have I summarized that correctly?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very accurate observation of where I am at now, and there's absolutely been a journey of self-discovery along the way, and there absolutely has been periods of comparison and overthinking and worrying about the person next to me. Like for example, like very early on, I had maybe 1,500 followers on Instagram, and I was feeling a bit down and bummed about that because I could see.
So speak straight into your mic, mate. Yeah,
I could see people around me that
shuffle over this way a bit, bud. Yeah, and then pull that right up. It just bases it. It's like, doof.
Oh right.
Now I can hear that.
I'm like blasting into it.
I pull it right up to my face. I met someone at the expo yesterday, and he was like, "Why is your mic so close to you?" And like, sounds fucking good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. It just gives it that pop.
Yeah, truly. So I'll make a very quick tangent, quick story there, but had a small following, and it's an example of focusing on the wrong thing. I was like, not going viral and not getting loads of followers, but I'm steadily growing, increasing, and I would be looking around and I would see people that had huge followings, and I'm like, right there, and I'm like, maybe not my work's not good enough, and just start self-doubting and stressing over it because like I haven't got enough followers, or I'm not getting more followers. And then I would hear from these people and they're struggling to get bookings, and they're not busy, and they're looking at getting part-time work. And I'd kind of missed the point, because at the time I had 1,500 followers and I'd had nearly 50 weddings booked for the next 18 months coming up. And I was able to support my family through a creative endeavor, and I was missing the point. So it's like, I'm definitely not, I encounter
you're not immune
those,
to it. You've experienced it.
Sorry, I'm not immune to comparison and worrying about what everyone else is doing. No. And I've absolutely struggled with it, and because of the struggle, I realized I'm missing the point.
I think we all do.
This is what it's actually about. It's actually getting back to the thing that makes it special.
Yes.
Save the fuel for that, because all the other stuff will take care of itself. The followers, it's all a part of marketing in your storefront.
Correct.
And there's lots of different ways to be able to do that. And respect people for doing what they're doing differently. I was like, you need to just focus on what you're doing.
Correct. Yeah.
And trim the fat, cut the noise, and hone in.
That's really well said. I completely agree with you. I think you can't be worrying about what the person next to you doing, but we're all susceptible.
Susceptible?
Yeah, something like that. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, all septus.
We're all able to do it though, and I think it happens often. It happens to me many times. Insecurities and anxieties are one of the biggest things that prevent people from moving forward in their creative journey, or in their business, or just in their lives in general. I had immense insecurity towards posting on social media, believe it or not, and I ended up getting someone to do it for me so I could begin to get content out there.
Perfect. You found a solution for something that's very difficult. Well done, man.
Yeah, it was a risk, because then I had the responsibility of paying a staff regularly, so I needed to make sure I was generating enough money to be able to pay the staff. But the thing with marketing as part of a as part of a photography business, I think, is that it allows you to be at the storefront. And if you're at the storefront and more people can see your work, then you're going to be in front of the right people. And then it's a snowball effect, right? Where if you're in front of the right people, the more people are going to book you, the more opportunities you're going to get to produce good work, the better your work's going to get, and then the more hiring clients you're going to get, and it's going to continue to evolve, right? But you're never going to get there if you don't have the marketing component, I think, in this day and age. And that's something that was really hard for me to come to terms with. Was I knew I was a good photographer because I'd been doing it for a long time, but people weren't booking me for what I wanted to get booked. And I needed to kind of switch mindsets. I needed to say, I need to build a service and build a practice that people can see, and then people are going to find it and then purchase it. And that was really weird, because I was an artist at university, like a proper artist. You described an artist representing their inner thoughts and their inner kind of insecurities in a way that is reflective in their work. I used to do that. I used to do that. I did. I used to do it all the time. I did a project that explored. I'll show you the photo after. Explored how essentially created a photograph that talked about the layers of consciousness, and how there's multiple complexities within people. Love and
that's
then
my jam, bro.
This is what I was doing, man. And then to come into the space and then look at it and go, right, we need to make money now. How are we going to do that? And there's a
great point, dude.
Yeah, but then you go on the Facebook groups and you go, well, let's chuck our comments in here. 80 comments. and then everyone's trying to undercut each other. And then it got to the point for me where I was like, I'm never going to get to where I want to be, because the boom for photography is here. Everyone wants to be a photographer. So many people out there trying to do it. if you're trying to get into the industry in 2025 as a photographer, you need to work out that marketing side. And I just don't think there's a way around it. Like, you guys had it easy.
Man, no, truly. No, you're absolutely spot on.
Yeah. It's tough, man.
That's right. And this is the serious side of the business as well, is that, you realize that you have this thing and it is really lighting you up, and you're starting to tap into your purpose and the reason why you're here. And then the reality of like, right, how do we make this work now?
Yeah.
How do we make it work? And then, all the responsibilities of life start filtering in, and your obligations. And so this is where you need to be very careful about it, because like, I suppose like just being very disciplined and put boundaries in of making sure that your inadequacies or the things that you're struggling with aren't filtering into the work. Like it feels like if you're not getting paid enough, or you should be getting paid more, and then you start telling people that you should be getting paid more, or like, I suppose like it's pricing and expectation is something I've stayed away from and never put on my couples ever.
What do you mean by that, pricing expectation?
I've never. This is how I'll explain it.
Yeah.
So, the fact that photography is not a necessity. Like, we won't die if there is no photography. It is.
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege, and it's an opportunity to be creative, and it is an absolute luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Can it be a very powerful way to record an accurate moment in history, so there is history there that we can reliably look back on and reflect on and show future families and versions of us that there was a lot of love here, and we love this place and it was paradise? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's a luxury. It's not a life essential thing. So to be paid, for someone to pay me $1 for my work is an incredible privilege. I'm
Big achievement. It's a huge achievement.
Grateful for, because it's not necessary. To be able to develop a career and create a demand for a photograph, for someone to be willing to invest in a significant amount to do something that they don't want to do, but it is very important to them, very important to their family, is an absolute privilege. And it's really important to remind ourselves, I think, that when it's something I remind myself often, that we're a luxury. Times are tight. Like, life is expensive and it's getting more expensive. And from the perspective of a participant in the community, like, I have expenses and I have children, and I want to do the best that I can. And it's not easy. So when people inquire with me, a part of the experience is I'm never demanding or trying to upsell or twist people's arms. It's, this is the price and that's it. And thank you for saying no, and thank you for saying yes. And I won't let you down. So it's not like, so the thing is, it's not putting the expectation on these couples that are inquiring, because they're spending a huge amount of money on a luxury during the most expensive time in history. So to even be considered is a compliment, and I'm very appreciative of. With the marketing side of things, and this is probably where I need to evolve.
Just gonna pull you back a little bit, man. Let's talk about rates a little bit, because I can see there's something there that you know. I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. Are you worried about over marketing your work?
The direction the things I need to work on is actually marketing more.
Okay.
And being more efficient.
Is there a sense that if you market too much, that your work may be devalued in a way?
Absolutely, and that is the fear, and this is the.
Can we unpack that a little bit, because I'm really interested on why you believe that.
So yeah, I'm constantly riddled, with contradictions.
Well, that's full of contradictions.
Which leads to a point of paralysis and non-action. So it's something I have to work on. So as mentioned before, like my belief was like, if I work hard, like the work will do the talking.
Yes.
And like that's what is important to me. In the complete contrast, like what I love exploring is dynamic. So from one extreme, what is the complete other extreme of that? And the example would be shouty advertising. It's like, the discount rug store on TV. It was like closing down sale.
Have you seen a lot of that recently in the wedding space?
Just using that as an example of like, it's what I would call like shouty marketing. It's like screaming at like, it's flashing lights, it's low budget, it's like, hey, I'm over here,
It's everywhere at the moment, man.
I'll put myself at the complete other end of that to my detriment, where like I'm sitting on so much really special work and I'm not even blogging it and putting it out there or posting it on Instagram. So it's, and so when people are like, how are people going to find me if I'm not posting? How are people going to find me if I'm not? What I'm trying to do is figure out a way to be able to promote the experience in a very subtle way. And I'll use this as a very bad example, but it's like, how do I let people know that it's going to be cool. It's going to be a sick time. Like, we'll do some cool shit. And I was like, I kind of need my mum to be like, oh no, Tyler, he'll do a sick job, Like, I'm like, because when you brag and say that you're cool, it takes away the coolness. It doesn't work.
But that's exactly right. But there's a misconception on marketing, I think, at the moment. I think marketing gets a bit confused because people think marketing and when they market is they do things like these big flashing sales. I'm online all the time looking at scrolling Facebook, and then something comes up and it'll be like a photography sale, and these guys have been offering a free photo shoot and 20% discount or 40% discount or 50% discount for the last 12-24 months. It's like it's not a discount. It's just you're just trying to attract.
It's perfect observation. It is. It's a marketing example. It's a template and a marketing example.
It's like a gimmick, right? Maybe it's a good way to put it. It's just like it's fake.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. This is where because there's a lot of criticism online, and like the irony is not lost on me criticizing criticism online. I'm currently trying to work on a message of encouragement and of support and of community and bringing us back together and pumping us up. With the criticism, some of the criticisms online is like, this is fake, that's fake. Everyone's just pointing fingers saying, everyone's worried about everyone else and what they're doing, and they're pointing out all the issues while they're not spending time on their own work. Mm-hmm. And like, to give it a bit more context, people are shitting on style shoots. And like, I understand that like maybe the language and the communication around it is being broadcast as if it is a real wedding. And so that's why people get their backs up, because they're like, well, it's not a real wedding. It's not representative of what you're capable on a wedding day because you've controlled the environment, you've got models, you've controlled the lighting, and you've controlled every detail. And so you've made it look this way, and so you've come into the market red hot. So I understand that, the criticism there. However, that is just another way to market your business.
Correct.
And to make a start and create your storefront. I think probably the way
you know
around
my
that is just communicating that.
Do you know my story into style shoots?
Well, it's just it's important to just say what it is and like embrace a style shoot. This is the stuff that I love shooting, and I put it together. What do you think? So
have you heard my story on style shoots?
No.
Okay, sure. So I shot for second shot for James Simmons in late 2023, and that's when I was really like, I want to go down weddings. And then this opportunity came up to second shoot for James Simmons, and I was
he bloody does that to you. It makes you want to bloody shoot weddings. Thanks, Jimmins, bloody dickhead.
Simmons had influence on me long before that, man. Like, seriously, that guy has built, and we're going to come back to this.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about this with him when he's on the podcast. But the name he's built, and the reputation he's grown. I'm really curious to like discover how he did that. I have an inkling that is something about similar to what you said before, where community and giving back to the community and coming from a point of positivity. I have a feeling that he's done something like that along his pathway, and I won't get you to tell me because I'll ask him. That's my little inkling that I think he's probably cracked onto early on. Where was I going with this? Style shoot. So that's when I did it, and he actually mentioned style shoots to me, and that's where I got this idea from. But when I shot with Simmons, it was a whole nother experience of a wedding. I was doing weddings quite regularly, but not those type of weddings. And I was going, how do I get to that point? Started organizing style shoots. I did 4 style shoots. I did Brookley's, and I ended up at the Ritz-Carlton. That was the last one I did. That's that image up there.
Yeah.
The Ritz-Carlton image.
Yeah, I've seen you, bro. Bloody going ham.
Trying to get the reps into it as much as I can and just get it out there. But the reason I did the style shoots was because I identified that my clients didn't see the artistic value in my work, and I wasn't being given the opportunity at the weddings I was doing, because you work in a client-centric way and you don't want to impose a certain style of shooting. And I wasn't getting booked for a higher rate because I wasn't differentiating myself. So I said to myself, how can I differentiate myself? Where's my level of expertise? What aren't people doing? And how can I do something different? So I found lighting. No one was using lighting to a high degree. And I went to university and used a lot of lighting. So I said, I can bring lighting to weddings, and do these highly styled artistic images. So did these 4 style shoots, produced bodies of work, booked a wedding expo 2024. We're now in 2025, and I went from doing those weddings in 2023 to 2025. People are seeing the style shoot works and booking me based on that to reproduce those works at these locations that I've done. And I've gone now exclusively. I'm like my packages have doubled, and I'm really only booking photo and video packages now. And it's like in that 2-year span, and it's going that happens so quick. But style shoots are so powerful in being able to portray what you're able to actually create and selling it to people based on your unique skill set. But you need to use them strategically, and you need to own that the style shoots as well.
Perfect, dude. Absolutely.
I don't get why, if a photographer's lying about their work being from a style shoot, my first question is why? Because they're hard to organize, and you can pull together a style shoot and get good images out of it. You can shoot a wedding. Truthfully, just say it's a style shoot. It's a hard thing to organize, man. They're not easy. I'm not sure if you've ever done one, but
I've got my first one coming up soon. My first one ever, and like I'm really excited about it.
Was it hard to organize?
Well, it's not really organized yet. It's like it's coming together. You hit the nail on the head. Like, just for example, using style shoots. So obviously you are dealing with each individual wedding on the day, and you're trying to take care of that and take care of them. It is for them at the end of the day. Like, that's why they have booked you. It is not an opportunity for a marketing campaign and a photography project to hijack at their expense.
That's right.
Where the opportunity is to work extra hard to do a good job, and then also communicate and test and see if they're up for trying something a bit new. It might not work out, but let's just try anyway. There's nothing to lose, and if you get permission, then you can try that. And from working extra hard there, you're able to showcase a bit more, some different images and some different direction, and make the galleries have a bit more variety. So what you can then advertise will be a little bit more unique and stand out a little bit more.
Yes.
But that's still very limiting, and you need to be very patient because it takes a long time for that to be able to occur, then to be able to promote it, and then for people to be able to realize that, like, they didn't consider, like, no, that was an option, and then for their own desire to be like, I think I want that, like,
yep.
And that takes time, and then it starts to filter back in, and then people start asking for that thing. With styled shoots, and that's what I understand better now, is an excellent opportunity to be able to control the environment. Because the thing that, like, people
not
forget,
only control the environment, but experiments and learn new things.
Experiment was actually an opportunity to really showcase, like,
what you can do,
your capabilities. If you can control everything, because you can create all of that where you can't control on a wedding day, that these people are not models.
Yes.
They don't want to be photographed.
Yes.
Cannot control the lighting, indoors or outdoors. Speaking personally, you cannot control the backdrops, the details, the color coordination. You cannot control the energy and the attitudes and the anxiety or the stress or the happiness on the day. Like, you're there trying to make all these ingredients work the best that you can on the day and produce the best possible work that you can, as well as potentially something a bit new as well that you're excited and proud of and that you want to showcase. So it's pretty impressive, like, the amount of talented photographers out there managing all of that stuff on the day and then being able to make amazing work. Like, that's the thing. Even if you come across work that you're like, oh, that should have been done better or something, like, absolutely not. You have no idea what that photographer would have been dealing with. Pull that mic
up to you, mate, yeah.
Like, no idea what that photographer might have been dealing with on the day. And for them to be able to pull that off in those circumstances is insane.
That's correct. Yeah, but style shoots give you the opportunity to understand how long certain shots are going to take and how you can integrate them into your timelines on your wedding days.
It's great experience as well, isn't it? It's like it gives you like, if you have an idea, once you test it out, then you figure out how can you make it work on a wedding day, and is it appropriate? Is it appropriate for the environment and for the couple, or is it me being self-indulgent and wanting to do something artistic that I can actually do in my own spare time? And I shoot a lot of personal work for that reason. It's like, is it good for them or is it good for me? Like, is it going to be impactful for them, or is it me bragging about some technical thing that I can show off about? Like, is it about them or is it about me? But it's a great way to be able to curate and pull all these experiences that you've developed and gained along the way, and to then control, put it out there and let people know, actually, there's a bit of a different way that we can include this, not hijack your wedding, but there's some more, here's a way of adding interest to your gallery that I can provide.
Yes. That's exactly the benefit they had for me.
Yeah, good job, man. It's hard work. You
Thank
did
you.
4 of them, and you're busting the gut out there.
Yeah, I was pretty fucked.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Yeah. It was a lot, man. It was a lot of dedication to jump that much in a short period of time. It was worth it. It was definitely good. I think style shoots are phenomenal. I think everyone should try and do them. Just acknowledge that they are very difficult to do. I went very extreme with them. I would get the models. I was selectively choose models who weren't models by getting into modeling. So you had that opportunity to learn to, build rapport, relax them, pose them, and gain that skill set. Also analyze the market, what people are doing, what people aren't doing. Flash photography is very underutilized, I think, in a good way in Perth. So I thought I could build that gap a little bit. And then the last part of it was getting in front of people. And as soon as I got in front of people, it just shot. Like it changed so much, and people, it was the eye-catchy work, and they were looking at it and they were going, that's amazing. Can we do that? And people criticized me a lot. They were saying, you're not going to be able to reproduce it on wedding day. We've done it every single wedding since. We just work out our efficiencies and work out our ways to do it.
Yeah, and it's first time slow, and it's clunky, and there's bugs to iron out.
So you got to do 4.
Like the things I'm able to accomplish in 7 minutes on a wedding day now.
It's incredible, yeah.
With everything going on, like compared to how long it would take me to do something the first time I tried it, and then doing that for 8 to 10 hours consecutively every single minute of the whole day, like be able to, like it takes time and practice to be able to develop it and make it more efficient without wasting people's time.
Yes.
And I suppose like because of the level of responsibility and risk, like it really turns the volume up and the motivation up to like not fuck around, get it done, and not take away and distract from the special experience that they're trying to have. So yeah, it's not easy, but it is possible. It just requires a lot of discipline and commitment.
Yes, I'm going to put you back, Tyler. You said something about you wanting to come back to positivity and giving to the community. You said something like that. I think that's what marketing is in 2025. I think that is how you market yourself. Do you read?
It's a little bit of a spicy one, isn't it?
Well,
it's an interesting overlap that you've sort of propositioned there. So I'll say a few things. One thing is that the importance of being able to give back to something that has given me so much. It's something that's very, very important to me. And I've had a few amazing opportunities to be able to do that. And I've been off the radar for the last couple of years, working on a few things, and some things are starting to emerge, and my strength, my confidence is starting to get to a better, healthier place where I can actually start leaving the house a little bit more and putting myself back out there. And the thing that people forget is that because of the pressure of finances and the economy, like everything feels like it has to be about money. The truth is, like, we're required to survive and to provide. So it is a really serious thing. So then that sometimes can really fuel a lot of our decisions of like, do we do it? Do we don't do it? The thing about giving back to the community is that it might not give you a financial return. However, the fulfillment and the energy that you get in return of collaborating and contributing and listening to other people's experiences and being able to share your experience, and if that can help other people, the emotional value of that is there's no price on it. So
there's that, and I really agree with that. I bring an assistant to every wedding I do now, because I like to teach people and they help me out. But there's also, I think of it a little bit differently. I I read a book called The End of Marketing. And the proposition of this book was that marketing is dead, personal branding is the future. Personal branding is how you market in this day and age. And a key part to personal branding is almost identifying your insecurities and overcoming them in a very transparent way. You probably like that. So what I mean by that is you put yourself out there authentically. You provide something that's of value to other people as well, and then you get attention because of it. It's that trifecta of being out, being honest, but being someone who people aspire to be, or being someone who's valuable, or being someone who's of interest. And that can get a lot of attention on you and a lot of value. So I don't think marketing anymore, because when we were talking about this, it was in the context that marketing is perhaps a little bit cheesy and salesy. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think the most effective marketing is building relationships with people in a extremely high capacity through social media. I think that's how you do it, but you don't do it from offering the 20% discounts, 30% discounts. You do it from trying to build an audience who actually value what you do. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. That's a really excellent example of a type of marketing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And yeah, the challenge is like trying to find out what the appropriate form of marketing is going to be for the individual. And I suppose where I need to grow, like I need to mature and change my attitude towards like the self-promotion. Because like I'm being a bit of a child and be like, I don't want to say I'm good because like it doesn't feel good. It's not coming from a good place.
But you don't need to say you're good.
No, it's like just being very blunt and like, of just like the example of like the lack of maturity and attitude towards the marketing side of it. So like where I need to grow, I need to have more of a mature attitude towards being proud and being able to stand on my work and being able to broadcast it. And I've been working really hard on trying to figure out and find my voice to be able to communicate that in the way that is coming from the right place for me. There's a bunch of different examples, and the example you're sort of talking about with the with building an audience and having something to offer and value.
Personal
branding, right? That's the thing. Like, and hats off to like people like yourself that have the courage to be able to turn the phone on themselves.
But that's what I mean. It's understanding your insecurities and overcoming them.
Yeah,
because it wasn't easy for me. It was not easy for anyone.
I bet it wasn't easy. That's hard, what I mean. Like, I've got mad respect for the people that have.
I saw it as an essential part of business, unfortunately, and it is an unfortunate thing because business shouldn't be like that, but it is.
So that's interesting. So, like, how are you feeling about that path?
Which path?
The personal branding. Like, if
unpack it a bit more,
say money was an issue, what's the way that you would love to be able to market yourself? And there's no wrong answer here either. Like, you can say like you want to promote yourself, be an educational mentor, because I can see that you're passionate about the educational side of things, to promote your technical ability, which you're very good at. So there's no right or wrong answer at all there. I suppose how do you feel about that path? Is that because if it's, I noticed that you've said it was unfortunate, but you feel that's just how things need to be right now. If money was an issue and you were starting from scratch and social media wasn't social media, what would you love to do? Like, where would you love to start with it?
I personally think marketing can't be unauthentic to be successful. That's kind of like my core belief about it. So whenever I'm marketing something, I'm trying to market in the most authentic way possible. So it would have to come down to that. And I think it's also about building community. So things like, if social media wasn't a thing, how I would be marketing is I would bring together a group of photographers and hold a workshop, because photographers refer photographers. People work with people. You want to build relationships. I think that's what really good marketing is you want to have someone feel like they know who you are before they hit the inquire button. So if you can do that, then I think that's a successful marketing tactic. There's different types of marketing. You have your hot marketing, your cold marketing, and your warm marketing. Different stages of the funnel, the top funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel. I think what I'm generally talking about is top of funnel marketing, and yes, you need things like sales funnels to have maybe a high turnover business. I'm not sure if it's needed for weddings specifically, but for most businesses, you probably need a sales funnel as well. But I think the thing with weddings is or photography in general is once your cold marketing is down packed and your name's out there enough and enough people know who you are, you're going to work with people who know you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
No, it's absolutely a strategy.
I might not have answered your question.
No. It's an excellent explanation of like a really considered strategy. Absolutely. I suppose what got mentioned to me very, very early on was that reputation is king.
Yes.
And reputation is very important. Therefore, the thing is with reputation, you don't get to choose it. Like it is chosen for you as a result of your actions and behaviors. So when you, to make sure that you take responsibility and that you respect the environment and the access that you've been given to these people, and make sure that you do not cross any lines and you're just being respectful and mindful of these people and then taking bloody good care of them. And so by making sure that respect and everything was in place, and then also like not being able to contain the excitement and the love for this thing that I was obsessed with, I wasn't shouting from the rooftops, I'm passionate, I love this, I love it. It was like, it was an energy that's coming out of me, and you can see the excitement in me, the way I'm moving around and shooting and all this. And as a result, and the work kept surprising people. They weren't expecting that. And it was very impactful for them and the way they saw their families. And so then I'll get a referral, and I'll get another referral, like, oh, you shot my friend's wedding. Oh, you shot my friend's wedding. And then after a couple of years, I'm at weddings and I'm devastated because I've just shot the last couple in this group of 20 people who I absolutely adore. Like, only time I see these people are at these weddings. So who am I? I'm not trying to do that stuff so I can book more work. It is the referrals are a result of the effort and the focus and the intention that I'm putting into the work that allow me to keep going with it. What I'm not trying to do is network with other photographers because like they're not booking me to shoot their wedding. So for me, it's like by making it about the work and keeping the attention in the right place, it allows me to continue doing that thing. That is the core of it. And then from there, through building relationships and friendships, like just sincere friendships, like saying hello with other photographers, then that also creates an opportunity to be able to, one, send them referrals if I'm already booked and unavailable, and I can trustfully point them in the right direction to someone that I know will take care of them. And that sometimes comes back as well. So then all of a sudden there's an opportunity there. I suppose what I'm explaining is like.
So you're asking why my marketing strategy incorporates giving educational tips to other photographers.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
No, it's more the question I had for you.
Yep.
Just like it kind of prompted me just because when you said like, unfortunately, it has to be that way.
Yes.
And I suppose what I'm doing a terrible job of completely over-explaining, which I'm very talented at doing, is that potentially like what you're being told, what has been marketed to you, and what's being sold to you as the most impactful and potent tactic to be able to book work and keep going is this way. And it breaks my heart hearing it, like hear you say like, unfortunately, because like to bring it back to doing what you want to do, if you want to create your personal brand and promote yourself as a technical expert, as a photography expert, as a educational expert, as a marketing expert, like there's no shame in doing that, man. And you should absolutely.
Sorry, let me clarify my use of that word a little bit.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it a lot. So
perfect. That's what I want to hear.
So
that's what I want to hear.
I do enjoy it.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. It's unfortunate because social media is the largest gatekeeper to people becoming photographers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's why it's unfortunate.
It's visual communication.
It's an amazing tool. It's an amazing way to connect with other people, but it's also made photography become extremely accessible. It's introduced a lot of people to photography, so it's saturated the market a lot, and it's turned it into a winner takes all industry. And I think that's the unfortunate side of it.
And you know what? That's nothing new. Like that has happened year after year after year from when I first got in it to it continues to go that way.
Is it getting worse?
No, that's the thing. I think everyone starts feeling the pressure and they think it's getting worse. There has been some shifts, like the advancement in technology has made accessing reasonably good work like a pretty rapid progression now.
Yeah.
Like when I first started shooting on a 5D Mark II,
5D Mark II,
trying to get Visco presets to work, also not being experienced, not knowing what I'm doing, and trying to develop that skill and an eye and a look and an aesthetic. Like it took me forever. I'm still trying to work on it. Don't get me wrong.
Aesthetic is something that
now,
you never finish. Yeah.
Mirrorless technology. Like the accuracy and the yield of usable images from a shoot now are far higher. Whack any of the presets out there and they look pretty nice straight out of the box.
Yes.
And so what do we see a lot of? We see a lot of new fresh faces, which happen every year, but there's a lot of fresh faces that are starting pretty red hot straight out the gate. So it's probably become more competitive because it's even harder to distinguish quality experience work to the untrained eye. Most people are probably looking at it and being like, oh, that looks pretty nice. And like, oh, that's a pretty good price. Like it makes sense to me. But that's how I look at everything I need to purchase. And so they'll go down that path and they might choose someone else with less experience than me and a different story because like that works really well for them. Perfect. That's the thing. It's like, that's not the couple for me. Like the couple, like I don't want to book anyone that doesn't want to be there.
Yes. I'm the same.
I'm
the same. So my rule is if a couple doesn't get on the phone with me, I will not consider booking them. That's number one.
I hate the phone.
You don't like the phone?
I like still screen calls. I have like PTSD from my previous job of being on call 24/7. So I'm like, no good on the phone. Don't call me.
I love the phone. I love the phone. I'm
trying to get better at it.
I feel like it's a way for me to gauge where people are at as well. Because I also say in my email, I exclusively work with couples who value what I do. because that's where I've gotten to now. I don't want to take everyone. I think saying no to people is how you increase your rates inevitably, right? Is you turn people away.
How did I increase my rates, and where did it start from? So, all right, we'll start kind of from the beginning there. So I mucked around with the camera in New Zealand.
Yeah,
that was it. Made rubbish photos. Couldn't get it to work after New Zealand because we're in WA and it's flat and not scenic. And I did not know what I was doing. Anyway, I was the only person like in our friendship group that had a camera and kind of played with it. Yeah. One of our very close friends, like Tess and I's friend, like some friends from school, got together, and after 3 months, Ben and Claire, Ben was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. So, shit news. So they took off, they traveled the world, and they had a bunch of amazing experiences before returning home. And once Ben got back, then, we got a phone call and they asked, hey, can you take some photos? Like, we're going to get married in the backyard next week. Can you take some photos for us? And we're like, yep, sure. Like, no idea what I was doing. I was like, absolutely, of course. Yeah.
And how long ago was this? So that was your first wedding?
Yeah, this is my first wedding. So this thing, no intention of turning into a job, no intention of shooting a wedding ever, not even a consideration. And I got an opportunity that knocked on the door. And so the night before the wedding, I went to Camera Electronic and I hired some camera gear because I just had the 1000D. And I hired a 5D Mark II, 24 to 72.8, and a what was the other thing? And I had a 17 to 40 and a flash and a trigger. And I Googled wedding photography the night before the wedding, and this is a little while ago. And yeah, the inspo was not that inspiring. And I was looking as a young 20-year-old, just like cringing, going, "Oh my god!" Like, as not a disrespect to what was happening at the time. It was just like,
might be a delivery.
Is that Jamie? Jamie, pull that up for us.
That's good. That's good. Jamie. JRE, JD.
Same.
Jamie. I didn't need a Jamie. Otherwise, I'm doing it all myself.
Oh, bloody hell. I thought you had a Jamie, bro. What is this? Do you need to get that?
I don't think I do. I do have a editor coming in at 1 o'clock.
Right. Let's cut to the chase. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Free you up. I'll get out of your hand.
Yeah.
I'll stop talking shit.
It's been great, man. It's been great.
No, it has been awesome. Like,
it's been awesome.
Grab that.
Let me go check.
Go.
I'll be back.
Hello, viewers. Hello.
I don't know. I think. Otherwise, would have been a good time to answer questions. Got one viewer.
I'll cut to the chase.
Yeah, we probably should because I do have to I do have someone coming in.
Yeah. Perfect.
I'm a bit flooded. All right, we're back.
So I had a bunch of gear and I just went into it untrained and just trusting my intuition and just wanting to be there for my friend and for their family. and try and figure out how to use the camera and just trying to, it was led by intuition and instinct on the day. And like, I just wanted to look good and feel good. And it was an incredible experience. It was an amazing opportunity, and shot the wedding and somehow pulled it off. And 2 months after the wedding, I delivered the photos and put everything together, and they made an album and put some print up at home. And 2 months later, we went to say goodbye to Ben, and the last thing he said to me was that you need to do something with your photography. And I was just like, oh shit.
This is the What a message, man. Hey?
It was such a gift, and I learned many lessons from Ben. He was very graceful, and it was amazing. So I was working full time. I was like heading towards being the production manager in a large factory. Things are going really well there. And then, the photography bug bit me, and that thought just, that seed got planted, and I had to try to figure out how to make it work. And I started getting inquiries. I didn't have camera gear. We were knocking back inquiries. People called Tesla, like, can Tyler shoot our wedding? No, I haven't got a camera. After the 5th inquiry, probably could have bought a camera, just about have the twins about to be born, about to spend a bit of money on trying to get baby photos. So it was like, well, let's put that money towards getting a camera and giving it a go. And so rolled the dice, dropped down to one income, last bit of money in the bank, bought a 5D Mark II and a lens, and continued to work full time. The twins about to be born.
Wow, man.
Rolled the dice, and then within 12 months, I quit my job.
Wow.
And I went full time.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. What a journey.
So
that's fast.
And it's, I suppose the commitment and the love for it is what has carried me through all of it. So there's different ways to be able to market, and different ways to be able to promote, and it's just trying to figure out the perspective and the audience that you're trying to capture. And photography is amazing. What's so good about it is the variety, because it can be about weddings, it can be about the people, it can be about us, it can be about our knowledge and our wisdom. So he's just trying to like correct and adjust your sights and perspective and where it's coming from, and there's no right or wrong way to do it.
No.
I think the overlap between giving back to the community and marketing is a bit conflicting for me, because for me it feels like it's kind of virtue signaling to it, like, and I don't think that's what you mean. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. The conflict for me of those things overlapping is saying, hey, look at me giving back, doing stuff for free, and using that as an opportunity to be able to market to people, would be like, look at what I'm doing by being generous.
Right.
Whereas, like I haven't spoken about this to anyone really, but I continue to shoot the occasional wedding and story that is copy and paste of Ben and Claire's story, and that nobody knows about. I've shot some of these things when I've got nothing left to give, and I still make sure that I can give that for them, because I want to make sure that their record is there and it's done in a loving and respectful way and not getting exploited.
Wait, so you said that last sentence again? What do you do with
There's still the universe. Well, it sounds weird. The universe will send me people that need me.
Ah, okay.
And people that are heading towards the end of their life, and it's a prompt and an opportunity to be able to like, quick, we need to get something special here. And because of the experience that I've had, I'm able to go in there and actually make it a very lovely, enjoyable, celebratory experience, while protecting them, keeping them safe, knowing that I'm not going to go post it and tell everyone that I've just done this selfless thing. Like, it's besides the point. Like, what is important is being able to do that for them because they need it. So there's lots of different ways to be able to give back to the community that might cost you, but the feeling or the satisfaction of like doing the right thing and doing something for someone else in a way that they can't do it, that is very, very valuable. I think marketing and self-promotion should be, for me, is about like broadcasting the things that you're very good at, giving back to the community. Like, that's something that can be noticed if that's what you're doing, like rather than sort of used as a magnet to be like, look what I'm doing here. Like, that's a personal journey to be able to give back and be able to listen and contribute rather than get in there and be like, getting an audience and be like, right, this is how you need to do it. This is all right. It is about contribution, collaboration, and being able to add, while also being able to receive and listen and to hear from others. Like, that's that community thing that is starting to emerge again, and there's something going to come together very, very soon, and which is very exciting. It's going to be super fun and be sick, and I'm pumped about it. But yeah, that's just maybe my observation or like the conflicts that I've sort of like struggled with.
It's a fair critique of it. And yeah, look, and fair enough.
That's not a criticism of you. Like,
no.
What I'd love for you is like, own the personal branding, like, because I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
You like, that's feeling good for you. That is your path. Like, and that is sick. That is good.
Yeah. No, look, man, I think for me, it was, why did I start doing educational content? Well, I started doing educational content because I needed content and I didn't have anything to make content about because I wasn't shooting the jobs I wanted to be shooting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you get content when you don't, let's say you're not shooting
great question.
Yeah.
It's a great question because you're just like, how do you show everyone
this is it? So
my abilities?
Well, that's right. And it was about having something out there. There are things I know about social media and marketing that I don't think I should disclose because they're my edge. There are a few things.
Yeah,
that
perfect.
And there's certain strategies that I spend a lot of time developing, and they've clearly worked because the following and the networking abilities and the acceleration in growth is so exponential. I think there's a lot of value there.
And well done, man. That's bloody impressive.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. But it wasn't just. I guess for me, it wasn't like I'm using my generosity as a way to be like, hey, look at me, I'm such a good guy giving back. No, it was about what do people actually want to know and what's going to get people to actually watch me. Because then that gives you a foundation because people are going to watch you, right? And then if people start tuning in and start watching you, it's all algorithmic. And then your content starts to get pushed out. Then maybe you have 10,000 photographers follow you, but one couple follows you from, the attention you're getting.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's your client,
Yeah.
So that's
truly.
So that's the kind of approach my team strategized on to kind of build.
It's a really broad brush and exposure and being on the radar.
There's Gary V. That's his book there. His first book's called Jab Jab Right Cross.
Sounds like Spaniard, the old hoodus, left, right, good night.
Yeah, we'll have to end on this one, Tyler, unfortunately, because I got someone popping in less than 6 minutes. So unfortunately, I have to
wrap it up, T Brown. That's enough talking shit, bro. Bloody hell. Sorry, man.
This is a brilliant episode. This is what I love to do. This is why I started a podcast, is to have this back and forward conversation. But we can talk. We'll talk. I'll invite you back on. Maybe.
We'll do it, man. We'll do a part 2 if you're up for it, for sure.
Yeah, man. I would love to. I'd love to have you Eric, maybe James, something like that. Bit of a duo action going.
Dickhead, bro. God, the work's so bloody dark.
Lighten
up. Bloody emails.
Let's wrap it up. So Gary V, jab, right hook. So you give, which is your jabs, and then one client out of the 100,000 followers you have, that's your right hook. So that's the mindset I follow. It's like attention is an asset. Your branding is an asset. Your name is an asset. You want to invest into it. You want to get your name out as much as you can by providing value to people in some way or another, so people actually care about you and care about who you are, and then eventually your name will reach the people you actually want to sell to. And then when you get to those people, you can start producing a different type of content, which is what if you look at my Instagram, you'll see there's a trend change. And it's all strategic. It's all planned out from the start.
It's intentional, man.
It's very intentional. But
you just prompted me there as well.
Last sentence in.
Yeah, last sentence. Remember this.
Yes.
2 for you, 2 for them, 1 for you. So when you're trying to figure out how to showcase more ability when you're shooting, considering those things that we discussed before, to be able to respect the environment and not hijack it. 2 for the couple, 1 for you.
That's good.
So there's your opportunity, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, man. It does.
And you can do it. You can handle it.
I think so.
You can do it, bro.
Let's wrap it up, Tyler.
Thanks, man.
That was
Good job.
awesome.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you. No, I really appreciate it, Tyler.
No,
2 hours into it. Had flew. That was crazy. That was a really great episode. So yeah, I'm just gonna not talk anymore because I got to shoot. So ladies and gentlemen,
one more. No, I'm joking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Brown. This guy's awesome.
Shout out my kids. Love you, kids.
What are the names?
Scarlett, Mason, and Riley. I love you, little rat bags.
There you go. It's a good father as well. So we're gonna play the outro song, and all right, let's fade it. Catch you later.